Hey, good morning, guys. Gonna answer a really good question by Jagadish, and he asked basically about competition analysis with 3 little points here, which is a very good question, right? It's something that I've struggled with a long time, and is really happy and proud to say that I'm in a position now where the way I do it actually works out. Like, it literally gets the visibility in a reasonable time and brings calls, right? Something that for a long time was doubting for SEO in total. I used to think that you have to be visible in so many keywords for you to get a good call volume, but that's not the case as long as you do it the way I'm about to share with you. All right, so let's get started. First of all, I'll go through the traditional competition analysis before I get into exactly personally how, like, the sequence of things I try to do for the client before I get into the long-term SEO strategy. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so competition analysis for roofing Brooklyn. You're in my area. I'm in Westchester. Okay, roofing Brooklyn. All right, let's see. First of all, as we can see, Fabulous Roofing is in the top of the maps. Premier Roofing, Green Roofing, and then comes in the big boys: Home Advisor, Yelp. It's a pretty interesting one. I don't think I've seen this one. I usually see this one, but this is interesting. Just let me check it out real quick. Wait, let me see. What is this? It's just a page just for roofers in Brooklyn. Best roofing in Brooklyn. I guess you can do everything you want when you have a directory that powerful. Anyways, so yellow pages all the way. So you see like half of the page. When you come here, over half of the page is all directories. And then comes Green Roofing, Prime Buyers, again directories, and then Fabulous Roofing. So they are on the first page as well, right? So what would you do, right? From my sense, before what I would do is go into a backlink analysis of the ones that are on the first page, which we will go through today. But nowadays what I do is I start with just seeing who comes in the maps. Because guys, I've tested this and I struggle with this for so long, right? You have to make this shift. If you're an SEO and you're trying to get clients, you're gonna win by the maps. It's just, there's no other way. It's the only way. I went to a place right now. My client, the 1850 guy, he's getting so much results. We're talking about going into a partnership where he's going to invest in the whole website and everything, and all my costs. But basically, once we start doing, getting in revenue, we're going to split it down the middle, right? In other words, he's going to pay for everything, and once it starts getting results, we split the profits down the middle because he wants to do a directory style website for a certain niche, right? So because this happened because he saw the call volume, right? Something that I even myself doubted. Honestly, I'm just being 100% honest. I never thought, like, through just SEO and maps and stuff, you could ever get more call volume than a website, let's say, like Home Advisor, right? Or even close. Home Advisor, he's still getting over 40, 50 calls from Home Advisor, but I'm bringing about 10 to 15 just this last month. This is the 15th, I think 16th, right? This month, I already got him 9 calls. 9 calls from his map listing. 1 map listing, right? For his niche. So, point is, you have to involve the maps, right? So my competition analysis always starts with the maps first. Now, how do I start with the maps? Well, first of all, the beautiful part is this fuckers can be in the maps. There will be no time ever Home Advisor, Prime Buyers, Angie's List, Thumbtack, Yelp will ever be in the maps. If they are there for even a day, they'll get so many lawsuits from guys like us. SEOs will complain that they are not located there. We'll flag them. It'll be an overnight thing, right? But when it comes to these guys, you are competing with another roofer, right? You're just competing with another business just like your clients, or maybe you're competing with their SEO guy, and even then, Maps is not prioritized enough by most SEOs, I feel like, because anything I go for, I feel like I can literally rank within 4 to 6 weeks, like, across the board. I mean, I haven't tried like lawyers and stuff because that's not my niche, but home improvement, I've tried a few ones and it's almost always a slam dunk, right? Recently got a client, the one I posted with you guys from like even 2 weeks ago, they're already on the first page. 3-pack, no reviews, nothing, just boom. Over people that have so many reviews and everything. So anyways, let me get into it, right? So first of all, how do you check the competition analysis for map listings for somebody here, right? So what I'll do is take out the Word document and I'll literally just type in relevant keywords and get a feel for it, okay? Roofing Brooklyn. And what I'll do is, without making it too long, and basically write down who comes in the first, second, third. I'll write Fab, Premier, Green. Right? Okay. Then I'll do like roof repair, Brooklyn, and see if any new ones come up. Suddenly all these ads, huh? This guy's doing SEO, obviously. Fix a roof, fabulous again. Fix a roof and lead generation website. By the way, guys, if you are planning to do if you're planning to do for your client and you want to incorporate this name in your maps to rank easier, please put the branding. We have seen that there's a more call volume when you have the branding involved, because people are kind of getting used to seeing nobody roof repair, and who do you think they'll call? Probably one of these, okay? So fix a roof comes up. Let's do roof replacement. Brooklyn. Let's see. Jay Bronny. And we'll do one more. Okay. Okay, roofing contractor. Okay. Okay, roofing. Alright, so I don't know if I should just go and do it how I do the exact directory analysis, but let's see if I want to do how I want to go. Okay, before backlinks, this is what I'll do. So it's clear that Fabulous is one of the I didn't even label the Roofing Brooklyn roof repair. You guys get the point, right? I just see who's coming for the different qualifiers of the map, right? So there's so many qualifiers for the map, right? You can even do things like best roofing contractor Brooklyn, right? Look, it'll be different ones. Roofing contractor, and then lead generation, fix a roof. It's the same guys here. Let's see, even things like emergency. The things that you would want your client to come up for, right? Emergency roofing contractor. Somebody types that in the maps, they're gonna pick somebody. Who's currently getting that, right? It's important. Professional roofing code. Okay, a new one, right? Premier again, fix a roof. So you get these guys. You're welcome. You get these guys, and now we're gonna go into and see exactly what I look for in their website to find out what it took for them to get up there in the maps, right? And honestly, guys, a lot of times I don't even care. I feel like I can outrank in maps most home improvement. If I can't, I'll probably still go for it, but it's really underutilized, right? If it was organic, it's a different thing, right? But for maps, I feel like anything I touch, not to try and brag, but it's just people are not going for it as hard. But they are going to start to, right? I can already see the omnipresent questions about maps across all boards and all forums and all SEO things, or the things I follow at least. Everybody's talking about maps. Before it's all about links. Now it's maps. So, people are going to catch on eventually, but as of now, it's pretty good, right? So, alright, so this is what I do. Now it really gets into the same kind of backlink analysis that I would go for normal link analysis, right? So I use Majestic. Okay, so Fabulous Roofing, let's go find them. Where are they? Let me see. Alright, Fabulous Roofing. Alright. I don't look at any of this shit like I used to before. I don't care. I just go straight for the backlinks. First, referring domains. And what you want to see is mostly directories, right? Let me tell you, right, how this works. What you really want to see here is directories. You want to see what other do they have? Yelp, all that other stuff, and let's say they have 50 citations, and then what you want to do right off the bat is just go exactly get that what they have, right? Just match them one for every single directory they have first, right? So I would go and check out every single directory they have, and get a VA. I have an assistant who does this, right? And since roofing I've been doing for a while, she has actually a list of what to look for, so you can actually like command and find and make sure she has exactly the competition that I'm going for and exactly what find out a list of what they have, right? So that's the first thing. All the directories you have, they have, and then after that, after you have gotten and found all the directories they have, the next thing is to just see if they have powerful links coming in, right? These are niche authoritative links I'm looking for. Like, so for example, for Brooklyn Roofing, to give you a really good one, if I can give you a practical one right now, that would be awesome. I know, but I don't know if I can find one right now. But I can give you really close examples. All right, roofing directory. This is a powerful niche directory, right? This is not something you can ever get from, how do you say, like doing a package. If you go to WhiteSpark right now and you get the best package, they will never, even any one of them in the best package will never be as good as one right here. Roofing Pro directory, okay? You mark that one. You mark that with a big star in your list, okay? Let's go down more. Wolf and all this stuff. Let's try to find one more, like niche ones like this, right? You get what I'm saying, right? These are really good niche directories, okay? You find that. And then after that, what you try to find, the most powerful ones that's going to be, is going to be okay, guys, look at this, SEO directory. So, they're also, I mean, obviously they're doing SEO, but, they're putting them in SEO directory. So, like, you know that certain things will tell you that they're good, but they're kind of fucking up in other ways. Roofers nearby. Boom. These are really good ones, right? I have both of these in my list already, right? So, this is one way you find out where they're getting their power, but also what you have to do to rank your client's website, right? They basically did the work for you. You don't have to go out looking for all these blogs now. They have it right here, right? So they don't look like they're having those powerful niche ones, but sometimes what will happen is you'll see that they have they have links coming from a website that's like will be similar to like roofers in Brooklyn. Like roofersinbrooklyn.com, and you go to a website, it's like a live website, it's powerful, it has posts and everything, it has DA and all that stuff, links going to referring domains. It's a powerful website, and then you go check out how they got there and you can't find the link. Like, they have no easy way for you to just like apply for a link. They had to go through a process, some kind of what do you call, like collaboration and exchange, whatever they did. They basically have a link that's super niche focused and location focused, and you can't just pay for it, right? Or even if you can, sometimes it's very expensive. Like I came across one for my client that was what was it, like $800 per year, right? So I'm not gonna spend that kind of money for a directory, right? Ever. Usually the package is like $30 for 10. So that's when you start to think in a higher state. That's when it goes to the next level where it's like, all right, so they're going above and beyond to get their name published in niche and location, right? That's what it comes down to when you're ranking the maps, at least initially, right? Before it gets very nitty gritty and you really want to overpower through them, this is what the basic maps ranking is, right? Get them in the right directories, fill those forms out properly, and maybe you can throw in some good PBN links at those directories as well for the really good ones, right? The ones that already rank, if you follow me, right? So guys, like, these are the best directories. Like, let me show you just so you guys know this. I do Fabulous Roofing, Fabulous Roofing Brooklyn. Let's just do this. Like the brand name area, okay? Yelp, 1. MapQuest, 2. Their Facebook page, Yellow Pages, 3, 4. There. The ones that rank here, once your client, you got them directories and they're already listed, the ones that Google already thinks is the best are the best, right? So if you have to throw 4 or 5 links at some of your clients' directories to power them up, you'd really fill out their Yelp, like tons of pictures, geotagged and everything, all that stuff. I'm not making a video on how to rank in the maps, but you do all that, and after that you throw in some links for this, right? To overpower and rank for that list, that term, roofing in Brooklyn, you now, by that time, you'll have exactly the directories they have, maybe a few more. Go out and find a few more niche and niche or topic or both. That'll be the best ones. A few more for your clients, and then once you can't find any more, you throw some links in there, and most probably you'll be well on your way to rank, right? So that's what it would look like in terms of that. Now, we're already at 15 minutes. I don't want to go too much more into maps right now, because I don't know if you might have asked your entire question only about link analysis, and I don't even know about that. So I'll cut it here with the maps right now in 15, and we'll go in the next one, okay? What to do when big directories like Yelp and Thumbtack and HomeAdvisor are in the first positions, right? Now, first of all, right from, the first part of this video, to understand that I just don't care, right? I don't care where they're ranking anymore, because it just doesn't bother me, because they're not stepping into the results I provide for my clients, right? They are dominating in their own way, and they're not coming in the maps. If they did, that would be a different thing, and that would be really sad. Fuck. But unfortunately, it's not, right? They will never come in the maps, and that's why we're able to work this out in terms of results and visibility, right? Now, that being said, there is obviously a huge gap between, especially in the home industry, of long-term SEO strategy. You just don't see it. Most businesses that are in the home industry don't have a long-term good SEO strategy put in place that will bring them traffic, right? So let me give you a good example of a website. Now, guys, like, I work with clients, and I talk to people, and I share with you guys, like, pretty openly. Like, I hope nobody ever, like, contacts the people I show, right? Like, once that happens, I'll stop showing, like, direct good examples, right? I know it happens, this can backfire, but I just, like, don't have really the time to go edit out and blur things. I just, like, record it and upload it, right? So I'm going to show you, like, I'm not working with this guy, but anything I show, just don't, like, take it, like, don't contact these people. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so I'll show you a good example of somebody who's getting a lot of traffic, right? His name is DeGiorgi. He's a roofer, not too far from Brooklyn, is in Connecticut, right? So let me show you in SEMrush what it looks like. Okay, where's SEMrush? All right. So the answer you'll see to that question is going to be traffic. It's not going to be rankings. I'll cut to the chase, okay? So let's see. All right, so what is the exact question? What to do when directories like Yelp and Thumbtack is in HomeAdvisor is you do exactly this. You target keywords. It's going to sound so basic, but most people go for otherwise. So I'll say it like in a very basic way. You basically, first of all, you start by targeting keywords that are going to, sorry guys, my nose is itchy, that are going to get them visibility with long tail, with the long tail keywords first, right? That's it. That's what you start with, right? So as you can see, DeGiorgi is a #1 for many good keywords, right? Vinyl siding, CT, roofer, CT. The #1 for that right now. It's good news. No, they're not #1. But they're here. Pretty strong, right? Point is, and you can see, like, they got some traffic from this. Roofer, CT, something. In SEMrush, it doesn't have to be like high numbers. If it's anything not like this, means that it's good, right? Obviously, it's roofer, CT. He's ranking for the whole state. Right, it's like ranking for roofers in New York. So, anyways, what you do is you go find, first of all, the long tail keywords. Now, don't make this complicated again. They're pretty easy to find, right? Either you do a campaign with AdWords for $100 to $200 right off the bat and get like a bunch of long tail keywords, or you just go into their Google Analytics. If their website has been around for a while, check Google Analytics and see what the search terms are being for. But this is the strategy I would recommend, right? Instead of telling your clients that I'm going to rank you for roofing Brooklyn organically, you'd say, first of all, I don't know if you're doing maps, but you should be. I would go for, okay, these are the maps qualifying keywords you're going to be coming for, right? Make this list really long, roof repair, roof replacement, all that keywords, and then go for that. tell them that this is the initial plan, and while we're getting this, which we are expecting to come in the first 90 days, right? Usually that comes in 6 weeks, 4 months, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, compared to my last plan, 2 weeks. And then once they're up there for that, that is really strong. They're getting calls from that already, right? If you're not giving them bum terms, you're giving them terms that have search volume, right? 100 to 1,000 every month, over 100 people search that term. If you are coming up in the top 3 for Roofing Brooklyn, you can be rest assured that they're going to get results from this. All right. So get them for the other qualifying ones, and then while that's happening, you tell them like these are the keywords that we're going to be going on for, right? So blog is going to be a good part of that strategy, right? Some kind of syndication, whatever your strategy is, that's where you start. Long tail keywords, right? So if you go to DeGiorgi, an example would be things like citing contractors in CT. It's not as long tail, but I can tell you that citing is more, how do you say? It's not as competitive as roofing, right? But even that, scratch that keyword. Maybe you don't want to do citing. Maybe you want to go just for roofing, right? You can find out in SEMrush all the other terms that another competitor is ranking for and pick ones that you know for sure that they're not going for. And then put together a strategy. Hey, we're going to be blogging once a month, and each blog we're going to target 2 key terms. 2 of these long key terms, and then go for them. These are easy terms to rank for, right? You can send some links to the page of the blog or the homepage, whatever it is, interlink properly. And, again, it's not a video on exactly how to do the SEO, but you get my point, right? You start off with the maps, and then you tell them we're going to rank you for long tail keywords, and eventually, when there's enough traffic, we're going to rank you for terms like roofing in Brooklyn, roofers in Brooklyn, roofing contractors in Brooklyn, in organic SEO, right? All right, so let me see if that answered your question. Yeah, right, so what you do is, first of all, you go for the maps, which is why you don't care, and then next, you go for long tail keywords, which Thumbtack and all this stuff are not going as hard for, right? Even if they are, you'll see they'll be 3 levels down. What I mean by that is, like, let's say, let's do this. Best roofer for asphalt shingles in Brooklyn. Let's just see what the hell comes up. Home Advisor and use this. Okay. Even if Home Advisor is coming up here and for this, you have much better chance of being like right after Yelp or right after one of Yelp's things, right? Because it's not the same kind of power. Let's see the other search result. Okay. Look at this. Yelp.com search blah 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 roofing Brooklyn, and let's check that if it's the same page in Yelp. It's Yelp.com home services roofing. For this one, it's Yelp.com search find something like that. You get it? Like it's gonna be. It just turns out for the long tail keywords, even if it's directories, it's not as strong. You can rank ahead of them, but even then, you shouldn't have to care for the long term, because by that time you have so much, traffic coming in to the website from long tail keywords, from 2 targeting for within a year, you should be well on your way to having on the books over 30 terms, but eventually it's going to be a lot more than that, because there's going to be so many other terms that you didn't directly plan for, but they ranked anyways, right? So what I'm saying is, even if you come in here after the directories, it should be understandable for your client. They don't want you to be number 1 when there's directories, like Home Advisors and stuff. If you come here, that's a huge slam dunk, right? Look at this. This guy's here, right? Right away, I can tell you that they're probably doing some good SEO, right? They're coming for a long tail keyword right after thing, or maybe they're just coming because I looked at them before. NYC Renovators, who's that? But you get my point, right? That's the sequence you go for. It's not like just a one word answer where it's like, oh, if it's directories, then you get DA 50 links, guys. No. You use a different strategy. You go for what's easy things first, which is maps, to get them results, and after that you go for the long tail keywords and you target them to a blog system. That's how I do it, right? I do a blog and I make them rank for all kinds of keywords over time, right? Okay, if you check this out, there'll be so many other keywords that they're ranking for that it doesn't even matter. And eventually, when the time is right, they have enough traffic power coming in from so many directions, and they're already an authority in Google's eyes, then you can get them some high-hitting PBNs, and it will really go for those terms like roofing in Brooklyn, right? But if you do that in the beginning, it doesn't make sense. You're shooting yourself in the foot, putting so much power to a website that is not getting traffic from the layups, I would say, like the easy keywords, and you know, it's just in every way, just shooting yourself in the foot. You're spending more money, you're getting them, you know, using more resources, and not to mention also like kind of risking it, right, a bit more. A website that has a lot of traffic coming in for some time in its age, and you hit them with some heavy PBNs, which has such a diverse anchor text ratio and all that shit, is nowhere, you know, nowhere near the risk of getting penalized or something like that compared to a website that is like, you know, you just signed up with them and the next thing you're hitting them with like freaking PBNs up to the face, as Matt Diggity would say. So I hope that answered that. This is exactly what I do and the strategy I take, and I really recommend you try to do the same way, guys. You want to get them the best results with the least amount of work and you know, difficulty, at least in the beginning, and then in the end, and towards the end of your you know, after 6 months, after a year, then you really try to push the pedal to make them top roofers in their area, right? Hopefully, if you start at 1,000, that time you can upscale them for a $2,000 monthly rate. Anyway, so that's with that. Having those directories are good indication whether you can outrank or not. I think I answered that in the first question, right? Having those directories are good indication whether you can outrank. I think I'm not understanding exactly what you mean, but yeah, I mean, for the directories, you check exactly what they have, and then you match them one for one, and then you know, obviously, you should have, you know, if you're in roofing, let's say if you're doing, you should have a good list of directories already, right? You should know, like, go do a search, make a day out of it, right? Roofers in Connecticut, roofers in New York, roofers in California, all the large states, okay? And see who are in the top, you know, pick a few of the ones that are like dominating in maps, you know, for many of the qualifiers, and then go and find exactly the links they have, right? Go harder and make it up, because you have to only make this list once. Once you have that list, it's just basically going out and getting those exact things, and they will rank, right? It's very powerful. It's the first step. I have a 3-step process to rank in the maps, and the third one I only go to if it's like very high competition. But usually in a home improvement niche, everything is slam dunk within the first stage, which is getting them in the directories and then hitting them with good links. You know, following that up with good links, right? So that's another thing. The only thing else I would want to say in this part is, if you want to find more links from a website, this is a good way to do it. You can go link dot, and you can go like, what is Fabulous Roofing guy? Let's pick him. Let's pick him apart. What's his website, just to make sure? Wow, what a shitty website, right? Guys, you should also use this too. All right, before I end this video, let me anyways, I'm gonna come back to this, okay? Where was I? Oh, okay. I got his website, right? Do this. Link that's fabulousroofing.com now. Got this shit. Come on, man. All right, let me copy that. I don't want to do that again. Okay. So now, if you do this, it'll say all the websites that are linking to Fabulous Roofing, right? And it'll also show Fabulous Roofing's own interlinking websites. If you go to the second page, you'll see a lot of it will be its own HomeAdvisor, Kudzu, DM Roofing. Well, that's actually not. They don't have much interlinking because they suck, you know. What the hell? Why is it like that? It's weird. Right? Let me go to fifth page. 1 second, guys. Maybe I have to put the, I don't know, I don't remember putting the HTTPS. Let me try it with that. Usually I don't. Whatever. You can do this. Minus link Fabulous Roofing. Again, it'll take out all the links that are interlinking between their websites, right? And you can, that way you can just take out this HTTP. Especially if you don't have Majestic and stuff, this is a better way to do it, I would say. You know, you literally find out every single link that is linking to this website, right? And you can find all the directories, like even ones that don't come up in SEMrush and how do you say, Majestic, this would come. Like, look at this, like, home in Israel. What the hell? I didn't see that there, but you'll see it here, right? These are all, they have something to do with Fabulous Roofing. Even if it's a mention, sometimes it'll come up, right? So it's very powerful. It's one of the ways to really reverse engineer what the fuck they have that's allowing them to be up there. So, yeah. Anyways, one second, guys. Let me charge my computer. So I give you guys the special nuggets when you stick around for 30 minutes. Alright, so that's it, guys. I hope you having those directories are good indication of how to reverse engineer. I just did that. I did before I even read it, right? That's how you do it, guys. Go to Majestic and you see see what they have. You match them, and then make a sequence out of it, right, guys? Like you don't have to do all of this in the first day, right? You just got a client first month. You do the basic directory, send some links, and boom, fix the website and have everything and onboard them properly. Okay, then rest. Next month, you're gonna get ready with a huge list of their competition analysis and all the inside links that you didn't get for them in the first month, all the inside directories. After the next month comes in, the payment comes in, and boom, that's when you start the next thing, right? That's I would say that's how you do it, right? Not to get all worked up of all the stuff you have to do, because you, in a way, you don't want to send so many links in the beginning in the first page, right? I mean, first place. So it works out, right? Basically put in 5 to 8 hours for them in the beginning. Anyways, so the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is coming from a realistic point when you're talking about competition analysis, right? So look at this guy's website. Oh no, this guy's website. All right, this is what you're going up against. This is what the people in the maps are coming to if they click on the website, right? So you should tell your client that, look, they may be in the top right now, but once we're up there, our website, hopefully your client's website is much better than this, will be put together in a way that it will blow this thing out of the water, right? Now, with that statement, this is the last thing I'm going to say, which is so important and underutilized, or nobody really looks into it too much. It's this. You're doing a competition analysis, okay, to find out the competitors of where they stand, how strong they are. But what is your client? This guy you're about to start to work with, is he a loser or is he good at what he does? It's something we never look at, but it's overlooked, because if your client has no traffic right now, which is okay, it doesn't mean he's a loser right away, but if your client is a nobody, his roofing is not that good. He has some reviews, but they're also not that good reviews, 2 or 3, right? Guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a really hard time to make it that to take a guy like that who's not really good at what he does, to bring him to the tops of a whole area that is competitive. If you were trying to now bring a guy from who has a couple of reviews, is not really good, and is doesn't do jack shit that well in the roofing, and now you're gonna try to bring him to the top of roofing in Brooklyn, you're gonna have more trouble compared to having somebody who just has a bad website, or has his SEO is not in place, but he has a good, strong foundation offline, right? And you can find that through his reviews online, how they are, if they're penny pinching you, all these little things. You get the vibe from a true businessman who's good at what he does. You're gonna have a much easier time to rank him, right? Now, that being said, obviously in the beginning you can't pick and choose that well, right? You're not gonna be like, oh, you're not a good roofer, but you're gonna pay me, so I'm not gonna take you. If they're gonna afford it and they understand the expectations properly, of course you're gonna still take them. But what you want to do is have a talk with your clients. I have actually a consultation talk with my clients, literally to help them, right? And it goes something like this, where I tell them all right, this is what the game plan is, this is what I'm going to do, and we're going to get you for the maps, and this is the long-term strategy, but this is what I need you to do. And it starts with review generation campaigns, right? If you're not doing this, look into it, and you should start doing this from day one, right? Get them some kind of, at least a pitch, hook them up with an understanding and a pitch where they go every time they do a job, they ask their customer. This is now, we're talking about them. When they go do a roof job, tell them to ask their customer hey, Mr. Homeowner, what would you rate us out of a 5? Right? You're teaching your client now how to get reviews. What would you tell them? Ask what would you rate us out of a 5? And the homeowner would say, I'll give you guys, you guys did great. I'll give you a 5 out of a 5, right? When you're face to face, most people don't say bad reviews, especially if you did a decent job, right? And then you give them the review link for your Google My Business listing, or wherever else you're trying to get, build their thing. Not for roofing, but if they're using Home Advisor, anything, right? Google reviews. We'll stick to Google reviews. And then give them the link, and they'll pass it on to their customer, and then they will get those reviews. These things will help you grow their empire. They want to be top roofers in Brooklyn. They're gonna have to help you because they're doing the work too, right? You can't just fake reviews or anything like that and do the entire part, right? They have to be on board with you as well. My clients changed their closing pitch because when I started working with them, now they're getting reviews at a faster rate because we need it, not just for ranking signal, but for conversions, right? If they're in the top 3 in the 3-pack and they only have a couple of reviews, they're not going to convert, right? And it's going to make it so much harder getting somebody up there because you're not getting those clicks. If people are looking for Fabulous Roofing and then clicking on them, it's going to be over time, a lot of weight is going to be put on that listing to take it over. It probably is, there's something like that, right? It's nowhere said, but I'm pretty sure, Google is Google tracks all your clicks, and if a website gets a lot of traffic, it's going to be more authoritative, right? So that's just that. So I just wanted to make a statement in the end. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. Get your clients on board in the last step of the competition analysis, right? It should fit in the same topic, right? Make sure they're on board in the long haul with you. You are doing everything online to make them in the best possible situation, but they need to back you up and do good work. Not only that, but also get some kind of statement for that every single time. Every single time there's a opportunity to get a good review, they should be able to make it very easy for the homeowner to post it, and then that will be that. Right? Use a QR code, use a review link, whatever it is. So I hope I answered. I hope you got a lot out of this with this video, and you understand exactly how to tackle this in a much better way. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment below. Take care, guys. Peace.